Well, had to start off a little later than I planned, but I have to speak on this. It's Friday, and Friday Night Madness. We're going to expand on this because I want everybody's opinion. But I got to get this off my chest. Got to get this off my chest because when you talk about one of the most respectful uh, people and mal-mannered individuals, when we talk about this, not even just in sports. You look at a guy like Grady Jarrett, he just seems like one of the coolest, most down-to-earth people that you ever want to meet. And the fact that you have people with this type of response to what he's doing, saying, it's just disgusting. You people are disgusting human beings. I just want you to know that. All right, and it's pretty disgusting to say the least. I have to say this real quick. All right, in just one sec. You would think that people um, that this type of stuff wouldn't go on in the next day of time. You would think that you know we wouldn't have to still have these topics and discussions when it comes down to this day and age. Um, this is the reason why people look at Georgia the way it is. This is the reason why people look at Atlanta the way it is. Because of shit like this. Shit like this, we have the most disgusting human beings. Um, and a lot of this stuff still goes on not only in Georgia but in the South. Um, I'm not going to say that a lot of this behavior doesn't go on in other, but I don't think it is as prevalent or as um, we don't see situations where um, bigotry, hatred, um, and just out. Let's just call a spade what spade it is. Racism. It's racist. Racism. Let's call a spade what it is. It's racism. Racism, racist, disgusting human beings. And I don't really give a damn um, if I get, demonetized for this particular video. Don't really give a fuck. But this can't continue. This stuff right here can't continue. This is a guy that works and plays for the Atlanta Falcons. Um, Again, one of the most well-respected people. And like I said before, this is, Grady Jarrett, who we talking about. We're talking about Grady Jarrett. What am I talking about in particular? We're talking about a situation where Grady Jarrett was denied access um, to a right that every human being should have. I can't believe that we have, not only African American people, But we have white, black people. What we talking about are condoning the actions of this stupid restaurant. So instead of these people, excuse me, sticking up for what's right, instead of these people sticking up for what's right, you're condoning the actions of a an establishment, because they don't even deserve to be called an establishment or a restaurant, because you're not a restaurant. You're a bigot, company, organization, and for the people who represent what Georgia truly is, and what the people in Georgia truly are, y'all don't deserve to be here. Y'all don't deserve to be an establishment. You should have your license revoked, because it's disgusting. If you guys cannot read the comment on the screen, this is one of the reasons why I had to, do a video on this. Grady Jarrett is having a back and forth with people that are on Twitter. And like I said, it's just downright disgusting. So, like I said before, I'm gonna try to be as I'm gonna just try to be as nice as I possibly can with this situation. All right. And again, this is just the comments that I've seen. Now, if you have not already, again, I was embarrassed. Atlanta Falcons defensive. Well, these people don't even know what it is, but defensive end, defensive lineman Grady Jarrett said he was denied service at I don't know how the hell you even say it. However you say it, restaurant in Buckhead, because of the way he was dressed. The restaurant has a dress code here from Grady Jarrett and from restaurant management beginning at 4 on Channel 2. So you guys want to know more about the story, you can head to Channel 2, 4 o'clock, plug for them, to go check out the story for yourself. But the story is all over social media for the most part. And like I said, the reason why this is restaurant the restaurant did two things. This is something that's been an ongoing situation with this particular restaurant, and they have twice. It was with the mayor, Keisha Bottom. She was denied service. Dominique Wilkins was denied service because of the quote-unquote dress code. Grady Jarrett has eaten at this restaurant's many times before, and he wasn't asked to leave on account of his dress code. Not because he was embarrassing them, not that he had on, whatever. But a lot of this issue is mainly because we have a restaurant that really, pickers and chooses who they want to, you know what? I'm going to just start beating around the bush. Okay? I'm going to just get straight to it. Enough of the beating around the bush. Let's just come out and say what it is. This organization needs to be abolished or banished away from Georgia. This is disgusting. You can't continue to treat people like this, like it's fucking 1920. This is not 1920. This is not the 1800s where you guys could just pick on, African American people and hide behind the quote unquote metrics. Oh, our restaurant has a dress code. That's fucking bullshit. Okay, let's just call it what it is. It's bull. You're disgusting human beings for the focusing on whether or not you make money or you want to represent a status quo or an image. And like I said, the thing isn't the it isn't the issue whether it's all right. Okay, it's about the dress code. No, this is a situation where these people, white people, it's called what? White people go to this restaurant. They don't have no issue. They can wear tennis shoes. They can wear, jogging pants and, the attire that they say you can't wear. Okay, they can go to these establishments and not have an issue. And if you've seen that particular video or the pictures that are going, you can see that what these people say that, they have a dress code. A lot of white people wearing dang near the same thing Grady Jarrett is wearing. Keisha Bottom, she was denied service because she wore leggings. Yeah. She was denied service at this restaurant because she didn't have on appropriate attire. Not that she was raising hell, not that she was embarrassing. She just wanted a bite to eat. She wanted to go to a nice restaurant. And she was denied service because, she had on leggings. Grady Jarrett has a suit, Gucci suit. And this is what we talking about in 2022. 2022, this is what we're talking about. What's up, D. Coleman? I'm good, Tony. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is stupidest shit I ever seen in my life. And the more, and everybody who's complaining about it is ironically all black. The most people, the people that they're kicking out, are black people. High-ranking celebrity black people. Dominique Wilkins, Grady Jarrett, Keisha Bottoms. There's been several others, but this is what this restaurant claims to hide behind a dress code. That the dress code that they decide when and where and how they want to enforce. Again, this is a dress code where it's openly being ignored. Openly being ignored. You can go to Buckhead and you can see people sitting in that same restaurant. Yeah. With not the appropriate attire. And like I said, the most disgusting thing about this is just the responses that's from the people. Maybe the restaurant was embarrassed to have dinner dressed like a clown sitting with their classy diners. Why do these people think because they have money, they can flash their trash in our faces? Yeah, this is the attitude that these people have. Yep. This is the comment that these guys like Grady Jarrett get because they just want to go to a restaurant and have a bite to eat. What this tells me is nothing more. This tells me that something has to be done in Georgia to get rid of establishments like this. There's no reason for an establishment in 2021 to say who and who cannot dine and eat where they want. No, you can't eat at my restaurant because you're not dressed the proper way. So we're in a position where we allow obvious rules to be put in place because guess what? It's my restaurant. If I want only white people to eat it in my restaurant, I have the right to do so. But when people call you out for the shit, y'all ignore the fact that clearly most of the people that eat at the restaurant or you kick out are black. That's the problem that I have. Most of the people that are turned away from that restaurant, ironically, are all black. And Tony, this is what I'm talking about. And then we got these stupid ass clowns that go on Twitter and say stuff like that. Oh, because you have money, that doesn't give you the right to be able to sit at my restaurant or quote unquote our restaurant and flash and throw your money in our faces. Sir, that's absolutely the case. You work hard for your money, and that's what's supposed to happen. You work hard for your money, you're supposed to be able to eat wherever you feel. But the fact that we got people still condoning this shit is sad. Yeah. You got people that today that still condoning this goofy shit. We got these people in 2022 still condoning this bullshit. What is the world coming to where we have these, everybody want to counsel everything. Everybody want to counsel Boosie. You want to counsel this person for speaking out. But when these people are clearly showing that they're bigoted, you guys ignore it. Y'all don't want to stand up for guys like Grady, Jarrett. Y'all don't want to stand up for people, for Keisha Bro. You want to stand up for Dominique. But as soon as a motherfucker say something that you don't like, everybody want to counsel. It's millions of retweets, thousands of retweets picking on one person because they said something that you don't like. And then you show clear evidence of bigotry and hatred towards a person of color. Everybody ignores it and say, oh, no, that's their story. You can't tell them how to do. Yeah, we can. Because when we see that black people are continuously being picked on and telling you can't eat there, there's a problem with that. People show you who they are by their actions, not what the hell they said. Because this restaurant is clearly saying, oh, we're not best, we just have a dress code. Well, why are you not enforcing that dress code with everyone? Dominique went to that same restaurant with slacks, a button-down shirt, and he still got kicked out. And if you look in one of those pictures with Mr. Grady Jarrett, you can clearly see a man in the picture. Yeah, he has a button-down shirt. Dominique got kicked out for having the exact same shirt. Dominique Wilson got kicked out for having the exact same shirt, slacks, you know, and shoes. But we sit up here and say, all right, it's okay. They can do whatever they want to do. It's their restaurant. When are we going to stick up for what's right? When the fuck are we going to stick up for what's right? When are we going to take control and punish people who deserve to be punished? We allow guys who were, quote unquote, the president of the United States to say whatever disgusting pieces, things what he wanted to say. We allow them to just say, well, oh, he's just funny. It's all in entertainment. Ha ha ha, I like him because he's entertaining. He's funny. He's allowed to say racist and bigoted crap, not only to black people, but to women. This person is able to say, grab them by the pussy. I'm going to grab her by the pussy. There ain't a thing they can do about it. And we allow this dude to still be a free man. We don't want to counsel that. We want to keep him in front of the cameras. Why? Because he's funny. Ha ha ha. He's funny. Come on, bro. Oh, a lot of people ain't gonna like this live. We allow people to openly say that they gonna grab a female by her private area and say nothing you can do about it and extort these women. Give her a couple $1 million, she'll shut up. I'll get off the hook. We allow this to happen. We allow this shit to happen. But we sit up here and talk about Grady Jarrett. The man just wanted something to eat. Oh, it's no big deal. What do you mean it's no big deal? Until you're a black person who's been, let's just be honest. If you, look, I'm gonna tell you something from my personal life. I live in a white neighborhood. I haven't always lived in a white neighborhood, a white area, a predominantly white area. Haven't always. Grew up in the hood. So I've seen the best of both worlds. But guess what? I can't walk to the store without a police officer looking at me crazy. Police officer looked at me. I take my same morning stroll every day. I know most of the police officers in this area. This one police officer saw me. He looked at me and said, he said nothing. So I'm going, going to get my Powerade as I always do. Go to the store, get a Powerade so I can go on my 4-5 mile walk. He looks at me. I'm thinking in my head, yeah, this dude's gonna mess with me. I can already see it. So I go on my way, get in the store, come out of the store, not even get to the store. I'm walking to the store, halfway there, he pulls up behind me and say, hey sir, you look like a suspect. Now I know damn well I'm not a suspect. I know it in my mind. I know I'm not a suspect. I don't have a record. I stay to myself. I don't go out to clubs. I don't do any of that shit. Anybody who know me, I stay to myself. Why? Yeah. Because people ain't shit these days. The moral of the story, when you look a certain way, you talk a certain way, a lot of people with a certain skin color, they like to nitpick and automatically assume that you are a lot of people like to assume that you are a criminal. Been in this neighborhood 10 plus years, never been arrested, but I've been pulled over several times because I look like a suspect. And then you wonder why black people are continuously upset about, you know, things like this. These things are a huge deal and they cannot be tolerated. You cannot tolerate, you can't allow these establishments to have openly bigoted and rules put in place that are obviously targeted towards black people, that are not always enforced by every one and every race. Again, this ain't me making this up. You can see it in the actions. Look for yourself. Dominique Wilkins, again, you go look at the Dominique Wilkins case. Dominique Wilkins had slacks and a button-down shirt, and he still was kicked out. Again, you can look at the picture with a white guy sitting right there in the same seat, button-down shirt. Yeah, he was allowed to stay, but Dominique was kicked out. Say, yeah, you got to go because we have a strict dress code. These people are openly being bigoted and racist, targeting black people, and we say nothing. We say absolutely nothing. And like I said, I knew this lie wasn't gonna do anything. Yeah, I know this lie was not gonna do. Y'all don't like y'all. A lot of people don't like to get in the truth. Y'all start running away from the truth. A lot of people start running away from the truth. Y'all love when I'm cracking jokes and giggling and shit and making you feel good. But when we try to spit some real shit, y'all go to running and hiding, ducking and hiding. But that's a whole nother topic right there. Cowards. Most of you are cowards. Scared to speak up for what's right. But you'll giggle and laugh at a joke with the quickness. You ready to ban Will Smith from everything when he defending his wife, but when guys like Grady, Jarrett is being targeted and race, yeah, y'all say nothing and start running. Oh, they're not gonna like that. Yeah, Mike, they're not gonna like that. You might lose some people on this one. Let's just keep it 100. You got a bunch of cowards, man. There's a bunch of cowards in this world, and that's something for me that I thank God that I was raised an 80s baby because I couldn't deal with this type of shit. As you know, Mad Mike Sports has people of all ethnicities. Everybody has been a part of this this network, Mad Mike Sports. Whether you're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, yeah, had them all. Had them all. And people, like I said, they ignored. They want to admit. So yeah, I know I don't get a lot of views on some real shit. That's why I don't go on real shit rants a lot. But this is something that needs to be talked about. We love to destroy people again. In instances, whether it's right or wrong, Will Smith slapped the shit out of him. Let's just keep it real. He slapped the shit out of him. But it wasn't an isolated incident where Will he just slapped this man for absolutely no reason. No, he had every reason to do what he did. Will Smith had every reason to slap the shit out of Chris Rock. He had every reason to slap the shit out of him. Oh, we love that. We love when people slap the shit out of him. We love to see black on black crime. Oh, Mike, you ain't have to go there. We love to see black people fighting. We love to see black people shooting each other. That's entertaining. That's cool. But when people clearly come out and, show us bigoted behavior, oh, we want to sit back quiet, fold our chairs, and turn our backs to the incident. Everybody want to run and hide when we talk about real shit. When you see real incidents where kids are being targeted, shot, down. I saw a video where a 10-year-old boy was put in a cop car for stealing chips. These are the incidents that are happening and it's real in this world, and we worried about whether or not Will Smith did the right thing by defending his wife. But when we got white people in white establishments, and again, look, it has nothing to do with whether it's black and white and none of that. We're talking about people who are clearly bigoted and racist. Not all white people are the enemy. Not all black people are the enemy. But what the point is, look for what's wrong. If you're wrong, call it out. If it's wrong, we need to make sure that we get it right, and we need to call that shit out. I don't give a fuck if he's funny as hell. I don't give a fuck if Donald Trump funny. I don't give a damn if Chris Rock funny. Wrong is wrong at the end of the day. We count for shit that we love, we connect to. But we look and turn a blind eye. Why? Because we just so happen to like, oh man, oh Chris Rock, he look like he's crying. Nobody said a thing when he was making fun of a girl that had an issue. Whether we think is, whether we feel as though, alopecia is, one of the major, what I say, disabilities or defects, doesn't matter. In her eyes, she feels less than a person because of her issues. She feels less than a person with her issues. And the worst thing that we can do as human beings is disregard someone's feelings. Disregard how she feels. And then you wonder why, again, Will Smith turned around and slapped the shit out of him. He was obviously wrong. When it comes down to it, it's a lot of shit that goes on in this world that people just try to ignore. And like I said, we only ignore the shit. We put on t-shirts, free pop. He done shot everybody in the neighborhood, done stole from this person. That person done beat up the grandma, cussed the grandma out, doing all this stuff. Knowing damn well he ain't worth shit, but why? We keep putting all this free pop t-shirts and all this type of stuff. He been a gangster since day one. But when we got good guys, we don't pay any attention to the good people. We don't pay any attention to the people that's actually out here heroes, that make sure that these kids have an education, that make sure that their family has something to eat. We ignore these people, but we glorify the gangster. That's why a lot of these kids out here shooting, they don't even want to fight no more. Why? Yeah, because it's we glorify bad behavior, and when people are actually doing things the right way and the proper way, oh, he's just a good guy. Oh, isn't that sweet? And we move on our merry way. That's why this country it is where it is right now. Aloha, Alan. Yeah. He had a bottom down shirt attire and the restaurant still exiting him out. That's not even against that dress code. Again, do your research. Do your research on this restaurant. Just hit me up on Twitter, Instagram if you guys want to know a little bit, or just Google it for yourself. This is a real issue. You can't continue to allow people like this with money, and this is how a lot of shit. This is why the world is the way it is, because people with money, they get away with fucking everything. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll just pay him $1 million. He'll shut the fuck up. We'll just pay him off for a couple of $100,000. Hey, everything will be all good. Everything will be all good. Why? Because, yeah, we'll pay him off. I don't got to worry about the girl that I quote unquote did X amount of illegal. When we talk about sexual assault, there's a ton of women that are a victim of that, and nobody believes them because they say things like, oh, what is she wearing? I don't give a damn if she is wearing a bra outside. Still doesn't give a right for anybody to say or do anything to a woman. Stay in your place. Doesn't give you the right to point the finger at somebody if they are homosexual and say, no, I'm not going to give you a job because you're gay. I'm going to deny you health care because you're gay. The most ignorant shit I've ever seen in my life. This is the stuff we talking about. Gotta stop glorifying this bullshit that's going on in the world. Everybody want to make a YouTube channel and cuss at everybody and do this and do that. But what about glorifying the guys that are actually doing the right things, helping people? We ignore that. It's not cool to talk about who donated X amount of dollars to a hospital where kids are sick and dying from these diseases and things and these birth defects. It's not cool to talk about that. But guess what? Let's talk about this girl, he cussed out this, and we can talk about the Kardashians all day. We can talk about the Kardashians all day and all night. But when people out here doing good shit, yeah, we ignore it. It's not cool, it's not popular. I work at a school, and those kids were acting like an asshole, like a badge of honor, and it's sad. And like I said, man, it's like I said, my issue. I don't typically do shows like this, but when it pertains, when it goes for a guy that works that plays for the Atlanta Falcons, this is the perfect time for me to speak out on things like this. Grady Jarrett, come on, man. This man, he ain't out drinking. He not drinking and driving. He not beating up a woman. He's not out clubbing. This man wants to get a meal and turn away because he wearing certain clothes. What are we talking about? Why do we in this world allow people with these rules? They put places in rules that directly exclude whether it's black people, white people, or whatever. We allow these people to put in these rules and regulations to directly affect a culture. Yeah. You put in these schools. I went to, look, there's another issue. Like I said, I went to Avondale High School, the same high school that Stacey Abrams went to. And I'm telling you, in our time, we had the best, we had almost every program that imagine. Let's just keep, we had all types of stuff. We had ROTC. We had a pretty good athletic program. We weren't very, very good, but we had the necessary money to aid us and to get here and do that. Obviously, we're a performing arts school, but one of the things that doesn't go talked about when we talk about Avondale Estates and the performing arts school now, the school is shut down because the white people in that area didn't want niggas in there. Sorry to say it like that, but that's what we were called. We would walk in their neighborhood coming from home. People would literally scream at us when we coming home, nigga, get out my yard. This is in the 80s. This is in the 90s. I ain't that damn old. But this is in the 90s, bro. Well, we walking home from school. I'm 13, 14 years old, and we got old people with money, older people with money, pointing us and saying, nigga, get out my yard. And they were allowed to kick us out of that jurisdiction. Why? Because they had money. They complained for 5 years, and they finally got that school moved. Why? Because white people in that demographic had the money and the power to kick us out. And now Avondale Performing Arts School is not even performing arts school anymore. This is the stuff we talk about. We allow people with money to get away with everything. Somebody got to say something about it. We got to do something about it. It's ridiculous to say a person, come on, you don't have the right shoes on, you don't have the right clothes on. The man ain't butt naked. If he isn't naked, why is there an issue? And like I said, I understand that, there's a certain dress code. I'm not saying, but when that dress code starts to feel like you're being targeted, that's where the issue lies. I have no issue with whether or not an establishment should have, a code of conduct, a dress code, because we know some people, they're coming in with one shoe, a shirt off, your pants hanging, sagging, you see all his ass, you see his dirty ass drawers. We know people like that exist. So I know I do, in fact, condone rules. But when those rules are put in place and the last people that, we've seen are high-powered, and we talk about Keisha Bottoms, who's the mayor of Atlanta, Grady, Jarrett, who works for the organization that's bringing hundreds of millions of dollars into this city, and we can't even go to a damn restaurant to get served a damn dinner? That's a problem, dog. That's a problem. The Atlanta Falcons team are responsible for dang near $1 billion plus bringing it to this city, and these players, this mayor, can't get a fucking meal because she wore leggings to a restaurant. These guys are inspiring little kids to stay in school, to work hard, and this guy cannot get a proper meal. It's a problem. That's a major problem. And like I said, this is not one of those issues where I wanted to speak and, put down people, but this is one of those, like I said, it's a major problem when I see an NFL player who's making millions of dollars Not that quote unquote that his money needs to buy him out of every situation, but when I start seeing a pattern where it's a consistent pattern, all of the people who being turned away from that restaurant are black, I got a problem. I'm from Atlanta, born and raised in Atlanta. I'm a Grady baby. Yeah, I like it's a problem. Everybody who knows from Atlanta knows what Buckhead is all about. You stay away from Buckhead because if you look a certain color, you will be targeted, and that's a promise, Jack. That's a fact, Jack. Promise, Rami. And like I said, that's the issue. Like I said, this isn't your typical video for me, but when we start seeing stuff like this, something has to be done and something has to be said about this. No person should ever feel like because of a certain ethnicity or I, you know, if I don't wear this and I don't wear that, I can't fit in with a certain group of people. And like I said, this isn't one of those issues where guys did not abide by the dress code. So like I said, you can't go to work in like certain attire. And I'm not disregarding the fact that that restaurant, has a certain dress code. But when that dress code is being obviously ignored for a certain demographic, that's when I got a problem. That's my issue. Don't just pick and choose who you want to represent with your particular restaurant. Pick and choose and who can and cannot eat at your restaurant. You want to pick and choose the people. And like I said before, you do your homework on it. You come to me, holler at me. If I don't see anything, I don't remember seeing any white people that are obviously being targeted for that restaurant. When you go look at the reviews on that restaurant, a lot of the reviews, they try to ignore it, they try to hide it, but even a lot of white people who worked at eating at that restaurant, they've come out and corroborated that story as far as the bigotry that they have at that. Facts. So at the end of the day, with this live, like I said, we're gonna expand on this later on. This is not your typical live for me, but like I said, when we have a clear issue, we got a clear issue right here. No man, no woman, no race should feel like they don't matter. Nobody should never feel like they don't matter. They don't belong because you don't speak as well as this person. You're not as articulate. I'm a country bumpkin from Atlanta. And if I don't have a master's or a doctorate, I don't fit in. I can't do this because, oh, guess what? I don't have a doctorate. Guess what? I'm gay or whatever the issue may be. I can't fit in with you, or I can't have a conversation with you because he's homosexual, he's a transsexual, whatever the issue is. Nobody should ever feel like they can't, and they picked on because they're whatever ethnicity, sexual preference, whatever it is. There should be a land of opportunity for people. And at the end of the day, do what's right, people. Stop fucking picking on people because they don't look like you. They don't act like you. They don't walk like you. They don't talk like you. Fucking bullshit. And I got to go. Because I feel myself getting upset. I got to go, pimping. Appreciate everybody for joining, but I'm out.